Hey guys, I'm Autumn and this is my story. A lot of you have actually asked me, what does music have to do with my life? Um, why am I the way I am? Hey Romeo. Well, the thing is, um, I grew up in Jacksonville, West Side, and I didn't have anything really except for my pets um, and music. Growing up, I didn't really have parents, I guess. I mean, I had them, they just weren't really there for me because my parents split up when I was about a year old and my mom remarried. Well, my dad wasn't really around a whole lot just because he suffered from really bad depression after the split up. And my mom remarried a man named Franklin. Um, he was abusive. I'm 16 years old now. They got together when I was 5. And actually, they got married when I was 5. They got together when I was 2. I've been battling with serious depression my whole life because of this. I mean, I grew up around drugs. I grew up being abused and beaten by this man. He wasn't even my father. And my mom didn't really know about it. But the problem that I had mainly was I watched him beat her. First of all, what kind of man could put his hands on a woman for any other reason than to hold her and love her? I'm sorry, but it's wrong. And it vice versa. A woman should never put her hands on a man. But honestly, when a woman puts her hands on a man, they're equal. He has just enough right to put his hands on her. But that's the way I was raised. Some of you may be raised, no matter how many times a woman hits you, you never hit back. I was just raised to never put your hands on anyone at all, because that's what my father did teach me when he came back into my life when I was 7 years old. I have a younger sister, she's 10, and I'm trying to be there for her the way my mother was never there for me. My mom worked full time and had a very busy schedule, and she kind of put work and everything before me. So really, I was on my own since about 10 years old. But there was one person who stood by me through everything, and that's my grandma, Patricia, my Grammy. She was the most amazing woman in the world, and she's even told me that she wasn't the best parent for my mom when she was around. When she came back, she tried to make things right with me. Every day she'd be there for me and she'd make me laugh, and I remember she used to always sit on the porch at night when my mom had to work late, and she would tell me all these stories and stuff that were just funny and they were fascinating. My grandma was a beautiful woman when she was younger. And I remember walking down the road to this little cafe every Sunday. Because we didn't go to church. Church was actually against us. Neither of us really believed in church. I'm sorry, but we didn't. So every Sunday when church was in, we'd go down and we'd get breakfast at this little cafe. I honestly don't know the name. They used to change it so many times. But those are the small things that I remember. And that woman, to this day, has made me who I am. She used to always tell me, be proud of myself and don't let others change how I feel. She used to always tell me, I'll never need a man unless I'm not comfortable with myself. And, growing up, my mom and I always called her Ladybug. That was her nickname because ladybugs are just beautiful and they're a sign of luck for us. And her favorite color was red and black. So we called her Ladybug, and that woman was there for me my whole entire life, and I always would say, I love you, Ladybug, or I love you, Grammy. And a few years ago, quite a few years ago, about 8 years ago, she had her first heart attack because she smoked. Chain smoked, pack a day. It killed me. Since then, she's had 3 heart attacks, and 4 years ago, it finally put her in the hospital for good. And 3 years ago, I lost her. She was my everything. She was the only person who ever believed in me. And the day I lost her was the day my life fell apart. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic depression. And, this means it's depression that doesn't just come, it stays. It's due to a tragedy. I've been to multiple psychiatrists who want to put me on medication, or psychologists, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care. I don't believe in them. They're great when they want to listen to your problems, but when they want to put you on a pill to make you forget what you had, I don't want to rely on anything. So the only way I have to keep her alive in me is through music. Because that was our thing. She always wanted to listen to music with me. We always sang to the radio, and those were the happiest times for me. And it feels like when I sing or when I write or when I play an instrument, I'm with her again. I'm by her side. I feel like when I sing, I have 2 voices, mine and hers. And it's beautiful. I feel like music is a way of bringing up the past in a positive way for me, or just to feel my roots. 2 days ago was probably one of the worst days of my life. January 5th, which is also her birthday. Now, I do have small confession. I have faced a lot of addictions because of my depression. Yeah, I know I'm only 16, but this all started when I was 12, 13. I was on pain pills for a while. Don't do it. Cigarettes, don't do it. I drank a lot. Don't do it. But my biggest problem was self-harm. I would burn myself, scratch myself, cut myself. I remember once I was in the middle of class and I just about broke down, and I ran to the bathroom and I just started biting and gnawing at my arm like that was gonna do something. Now, a lot of people I've talked to say that when they cut, it's like mind over matter, I guess. It's more you feel physical pain than mental pain. It distracts you. That's one way of looking at it. Some people say that when they cut themselves, it feels like not only is blood coming out, but all of your pain and anger is flowing out with it. That's another way of looking at it. The way I look at it is it's an addiction. Because when you cut yourself, it releases pain. Pain releases endorphins in your body, which give you a sort of high, almost like taking a pill or smoking marijuana. I never smoked marijuana. That's the one thing I wouldn't touch. I know, it's confusing. But I quit. I'm battling depression now. And it sucks. It hurts. It's an ongoing thing that just never leaves. And I know that my grandma's still with me, though, because one morning I woke up and my entire room was just covered in ladybugs. real live ladybugs. They just got in there overnight somehow. And they've been there since. It's been a couple months actually. And they just keep multiplying and multiplying. I mean, my entire ceiling is just covered in them. But they're not just red. I got yellow ones, I have orange ones, I have red ones. They're all over the place. And that's how I know she's still here. And to everyone watching this, honestly, I just really want to say, please stay strong. You know, don't give in to temptation. If when going gets hard, keep pushing. I promise you, it gets better. Find what brings you to peace. Mine was music, art, anything. I cook, I sing, I dance. And I've grown up feeling so ugly my whole life. I mean, you know what? 3 years ago, around the same time I lost my grandmother, I met a boy named Dalton Gene Belinsky. I fell madly in love with him. He broke my heart. I chased him for 3 years. 2 months ago, he finally said yes to being mine, and I haven't been happier since. I think this boy is going to be the one who lasts in my life because he is amazing. All I gotta say is the people who've given up, please don't. Keep fighting. Just don't put too much thought into it. If it doesn't go your way, take a break. Take your mind off of it, and eventually it comes back. I promise you. Take it from somebody who knows. I know I posted a video of me doing a song by Lou and Lampshade called You're Gonna Miss Me. I'm actually gonna redo it today and post it after this video, just because I've gotten better at it, a lot better. So yeah, guys, when the going gets tough, push through. Keep going. And don't be afraid to message me. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Bye, guys.